Alright y'all, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, our last video we built this massive 10x10 hunting blind. I just gotta say, every time I come here and I'm just looking at it, this is one giant blind and I'm super excited to announce part 2, which is what we're doing in this whole entire video. We have so many cool companies that are gonna be working with us in this video, but we just gotta keep doing little by little, and today's goal is to throw some metal on this building. You guys can see we have sheets laying around everywhere. It's all the same metal, but there is some different colors, but we bought a paint sprayer, so we're gonna wanna paint the whole entire thing, doing all the trim. I mean, guys, when I say start to finish, this blind's gonna be looking amazing by the time we're done with it, but that's our goal today, get the metal up. After that, we'll probably do some spraying, probably do some staining around the whole entire thing. Then we're gonna jump inside, start doing our floor and all this cool stuff. It's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, I got some reinforcements coming today. I tried to hang these sheets by myself yesterday and it did not go very well. A 4x10 sheet going up 20 feet is not the move. Let's get all this metal laid today, guys, and then we'll be moving on to the next step. Alright y'all, we are going to call this day 2 for you guys, but like day 37 for me. I have been out here absolutely busting my ass on this blind. Guys, it is a lot of work. I mean, like I said, I'm very grateful for Dylan being out here, obviously, for the construction of this thing. I had my buddies come out, like you guys saw, and like help me put the metal up, and then past that point, guys, it's you know, it's a lot of work, and honestly haven't even been filming too much of it just because it's all tedious work, and you know, weather's not been on our side, but we have probably 2.5 to 3 days that we have sun. I want to show you guys an update of where we're at today with the blind and what I've all done. You can see all of our metal is up, the caps are up, the windows are cut out. We've been busting ass. Unfortunately, have to keep buying metal just because it's what's in stock, but not all of it's the same color, but that's what leads us what we're doing here in the next 2 days. We got the door on, the handles on. Blind is pretty much complete for the outside. What we're left to do today is staining it and painting the metal. Once we get through that step, guys, we're jumping inside, and that's where all the fun starts. It's kind of what I've been waiting for with this video. It's the finishing of the blind. There's just a lot of steps in front of that to get it knocked out. Let me show you guys the stain we're going to be using today and what we're going to be staining. Right here, guys, we have a gallon of stain and sealer. I went with an oak brown. I wanted it to be, you know, pretty dark of a stain because the metal itself, guys, is going to be painted. I forgot the name of the color, but it's pretty much a dark gray. I figured that would kind of blend in really good. The oak brown kind of gives it that like log cabin kind of look to it, so I feel like it's gonna look pretty good, but we have to pretty much do a lot of staining today. We gotta hit all around the top, we gotta hit the fascia all up underneath, and I wanna do everything down here at the bottom and possibly up underneath. I want this to be protected from the weather as good as we possibly can. Let's go ahead and load up some paint into a cup. We're gonna start up top, work our way around, and then we're gonna come down to the bottom. So let's get the painting. Alright, finally all of the trim on the top is done, and guys, I even spent more time. I went underneath. I really tried to. Anything that's exposed to the elements, I'm trying to hit. It's taking me a little bit more time, but now we're working all the way down, and we're going to continue all the way around, and just, guys, really just, painting sucks. It takes time. You just got to do section by section. You guys wonder why I have no nice clothes? This is why. Everything I have gets ruined, because you just got to do what you got to do. So let's continue painting. Let's see how far we can get. Alright guys, day 3. Yesterday we had some camera malfunctions to where literally it filmed half of the blind and the camera shut off and just did not want to turn back on. I don't know if it was because of the heat, but we got it worked out, so we're back out here to move on to the next step. Obviously you guys can see everything is painted. I completed all of that yesterday doing the staining. Now today we're going to come back through with an actual paint sprayer and we're going to spray the whole entire blind and get it all matched. Unfortunately the metal has a little bit of dirt on it. Some of it might come off with the four-wheeler, because I loaded that up today, guys, and we have a full tank of water. And if you guys didn't know, I can switch from the booms to an actual like spray hose, and you know, it's got a little bit of pressure, so I might be able to just spray it down, or I might have to do a little bit of scrubbing. So that's the plan, guys. Go all the way around, get the metal prepped. Once we're through that stage, we got to tape everything up. At the tape, we're gonna get the spraying. So with that being said, let's see what we can do. Alright guys, it is so hot out that my camera literally is overheating and it's shutting off, so I can't even keep up what we're capturing and what we're not. I'm just trying to work, guys, but we have got everything done as far as taping. Now what we're going to do is pull out this sprayer, get everything ready, get everything dialed in, And then guys, I don't know if I have 2 gallons. I think 2 gallons is gonna be enough. I'd like to do one side at a time and then just kind of work our way around. It's gonna be a lot with the ladder having to adjust, because even though the blind is completely level, the ground itself around it is all different heights. There's a lot of stop and go with the ladder, adjusting it, so we'll just kind of see how this works. Let this camera cool down for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna jump outside and get to it. Guys, we're overheating again, but that's wall number 2. Let me just say, not how you want the day to start here, pals. Not at all. In the last clip, guys, you saw that we completely sprayed the entire blind, and unfortunately, coming out here today, you can see in the drone, yeah, from a far distance, it's looking pretty good, but we have had a major chemical reaction to the blind itself, and it looks absolutely terrible, man. It sucks to see this, guys. It sucks with the time frame of, you know, what we're trying to do and how fast we're trying to get it done, how much time I've spent on this, and, you know, for it to look like this, it sucks, but overall, will it do its job? Yes. Guys, I sprayed this when it was like 95-degree weather. Even when I was just leaving, I watched, you know, some of the paper, you know, come up and touch the paint, and then it came back down. I mean, it said 2 to 4 hours of stuff would dry. We did get hit with like a major storm. I mean, I don't know what to say on what caused this to happen. I tried to clean the metal. The paint itself just like never dried, it looks like, and it made it bubble. It looks like a little tiny maze with checkerboards just like all over the blind. I mean, we'll get down and show you guys a little bit of, like, I mean, like I said, from an angle it doesn't look bad, but when I first pulled up, I said, is there still water on the blind? And it's done it all the way around. I mean, like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like absolute shit. I mean, the taping's good, everything is good except the drying part of the paint. And we have 2 options: to literally bring a power wash out here and rip it all off and, you know, try it again. That is gonna set me back, guys, so much time with what we have going on through my schedule right now. So the only thing I can pray is that the moisture behind it, whatever has caused this chemical reaction, at least hopefully will just finish drying. And I don't mind the shitty look on the outside. I care more about the paint actually doing its job, just the protecting the metal and, you know, obviously making the blind blend in as much as it possibly can. But we're just gonna have to rock and roll it, guys, for this year. And if it, you know, starts to peel over time, which obviously I think it's going to, we'll just have to come back and redo it. But as of right now, we're not gonna let this like kind of hurt us. I mean, we're gonna start the interior of this project. Like I said, guys, it sucks to see, but what are we gonna do? Not terrible in certain angles, but you get where the sun is kind of like shining on it. You can see it. This is what we're dealing with. I mean, it is literally the whole entire blind. It's pretty rough. I've just spent so much time out here, guys. It's like, you just really wouldn't want to come out and see something like this. But like I said, we have 2 options, and I really don't want to do the first one, man. It's just, we're not going to have enough time. It's going to set us back way too much, guys. So we're just going to have to rock and roll it, and let's just see how the paint itself holds up. We have another whole week of rain coming through. We're calling for like 12 to 30 inches. Yeah, I said that right. That much rain. It's absolutely crazy. So let's just see how she holds up. Truthfully, at least the deer don't care on how the blind itself looks. It's just more of like me trying to do it the best way I possibly can. Let's just stay positive, guys. Let's just jump inside. I think the blind itself looks great with the color and the stain. You know, that was like the final touch for the exterior. So let's go ahead and jump inside and see what we're moving on to next. So as soon as we come in the blind, you guys can see we have a lot of work just to do in here to even move on to the next step. I mean, we got sawdust, we got tools, we got everything. Here's a good look after we got all the tape off. I mean, like I said, guys, windows are a little dirty, but everything is still gonna do its job. My first step is to come in here and let's just start ripping everything out. We need a beautiful, clean surface in here because we're gonna be spraying some insulation today. So let's just get everything out. Let's just go from there. Alright y'all, looking good, looking good. I am happy with that. It's pretty much, you know, all the way clean. There's gonna be a little dust here and there, but we'll just keep, you know, obviously working with it. But let's go ahead and jump out the blind, guys. I told you either in, yeah, it must have been part one. We're gonna be working with a ton of amazing companies that have partnered with us to make this blind the best it possibly can. So let's go ahead and jump down and let's talk about the first company. So the first company we're gonna be working with, guys, is Crackit Bond. I wanted our blind this year to be insulated the best way we possibly could. It's saying that I also wanted the blind to be sealed, so Kraken was nice enough to send us out everything we're gonna need to take this and put it in our blind and have it the best way we possibly can. They sent us out 4 boxes of this stuff. They sent us a gun, the cleaner, a suit, glasses, a mask, the whole 9 yards, and I'm just super pumped about this. This is a spray foam insulation, but also a sealer, so we can choose, you know, where we want to put this. Once we bring some product up there, guys, I'm going to kind of walk you through on where we're going to spray and where we might not, just kind of Stu playing it by ear. I want to obviously spray this stuff and see how it lays down first, but I've read nothing but great reviews from this company, so guys, I cannot thank them enough for sending out what they did so we can, like I said, spray it in our blind and keep our butts warm this year. So with that being said, let's go ahead and load some of this stuff up. Let's get to spraying. All right, so our product is up here now. What I really want to do, guys, is obviously hit in between the studs, go all the way on the plywood. We're gonna leave, you know, obviously these 2x4s exposed, these exposed, and, you know, kind of just hit in between those cracks. But then also too, I'm thinking about just doing a skinny border above everything around, because I also want to seal that as well. Obviously we're gonna stop down there on those 2x4s where that meets with our floor. But yeah, guys, overall I think that is probably our best plan. But let's hook up a can, see how this stuff sprays, and we'll just kind of go from there. Alright guys, quick little walk around. This is what we're looking like now. We are completely insulated. Huge mistake on my part. Forgot to put on the suit because this stuff is very sticky. I forgot to put on the glasses. I did have the face mask on at least as well, but guys, if you're going to use this stuff, make sure you use everything that it comes with, because it's spraying. You pull this trigger, this stuff is flying everywhere. It's in my beard, it's in my face. Had to take my hat off at one point because the GoPro's getting covered with it. It's definitely doing its job once it leaves the can. Really, I think it looks amazing now. It is nearly impossible to like try to be neat with this stuff. Halfway through spraying, I just started kind of just going a little bit quicker because At the end of the day, you want this stuff to do its job, which is just lay it on as thick as you possibly can. We put 2 coats on, and we're probably about 2 inches right now all the way around, so I'm extremely happy with it. We'll kind of do some touch-up work, but this is not going to be what we see inside the blind, guys. So I have something else coming for the blind that we're going to do. So like I said, we're not even going to see this stuff, so I just wanted to make sure that it got laid down. It's going to do its job. Huge thanks to Kraken for sending out these kits. I really appreciate it. I'm going to leave all their stuff in the description. I'm going to say this now. We're going to mention all the companies that we use in this video at the very end, so guys, stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next step. All right, guys, another day out here in the blind. If you saw from the last clip, we have this whole entire blind now foamed and insulated. And I want to move on to the next step, which I think is going to be the floor. I'm super pumped about this one because I absolutely love this stuff. And that being HydroTurf. Now, if you guys don't know what HydroTurf is, honestly, there's a lot of different ways to explain it. You guys have probably seen it in a lot of boats. That's really what this stuff is used for. But the point is, it can be used for anything. It is a foam flooring that has so many different designs and textures you can get, so many different colors, and I chose, I think, cobblestone. I think this is going to be good for, you know, kind of what we're doing in here with our theme, plus what we're going to have on the walls. Kind I chose has a 3M adhesive on it, so we're going to be able to kind of glue this stuff down, and we're going to staple it. But the reason why I wanted to use something like this, because like I told you guys, it's a foam flooring, and right now, you can kind of hear when we walk around, it's a little bit noisy, so having something on our floor in here is going to help with noise. It's going to kind of make it like a little bit more comfortable in my opinion. So guys, let's get this stuff out and let me show you what we chose. This stuff has like a turf smell, like a new car smell in a way, so it's even going to scent the blind for us. It's a little hard to kind of roll it out, but that is the texture and color we chose. A little closer for you guys. See how ours kind of has like a riv in it? I like the textured version of it. That's why I kind of went with what we have right here. I'm not sure how many people have ever used this stuff for flooring in a blind, but that's why I wanted to do, because I know this is going to look absolutely amazing. So guys, huge thanks to HydroTurf for sending out these rolls. We'll see the finished product once it's done laid down. So with that being said, let's get to it. Guys, I will tell you what, these floors look amazing. I mean, come on, dude. That is what I'm talking about. And guys, like I said, it is quiet. I mean, just listen. And you still hear me walking, but it's a lot better than what it was. Digging the pattern, it blends in really, really good. I really appreciate companies like that saw the vision of what I could do with this. And I know they're going to be extremely happy with what we did in here. Once again, a huge thanks to HydroTurf, but now we're moving on to the next step. I really wanted to do things the right way, but I also, you know, wanted to save some money on a couple things. I'm kind of thinking the walls are so white, it's not going to really blend in with what we're trying to do, but the spray foam was a big part of this blind, so you know, I kind of had 2 options. Either we're going to have to spray paint everything in here, which obviously we just laid floors. I have to tape off all the windows. I'm painting on this project really pissed me off, so there's only going to be a couple small things that we're staining in here, but you know, how are we gonna cover up these walls? I went to Walmart, guys, and I literally bought out every single sheet they had, and I said sheet, yes, this is just a bed sheet. Flat sheet, so it's not fitted. So I'm thinking, guys, we're just gonna take these sheets and put them all over the walls, and once we kind of black out everything, you know, I wanted to have now that finished touch, so I went with this. You guys have probably seen this on some other blinds, you know, it's kind of got multi-purposes, kind of like a ghillie suit, but just like in a sheet. And the reason why I wanted to do the black sheet, guys, is because, look, when you stretch this out, you can obviously see right through it if we had this on the wall. So if we had something black behind it and then we hung up all this all around the blind, I think it would look pretty good. It could look like shit or it could look good. We're gonna find out together. Alright guys, so what you're looking at is probably about all we're gonna do with the walls. Now guys, I put this up. It's a cool design, but I don't really think it looks good inside the blind. And to be truthful with you guys, I plan to actually build onto this thing. As crazy as that sounds, I plan to, you know, do more with this next year. If we do that, all of these walls are gonna look completely different and we're gonna have to rip everything down. So I really don't think the black looks bad, and I think we're gonna roll with it. Pulled you guys off for a second, but I mean, you can see the windows are all tucked in, just very dark in here, but I mean, I'm happy with the way everything looks, and I think we're ready to move on to the next step. And I rolled all the sheets around all of the trim of the windows, so guys, the wood that is exposed, I plan now to go through and we're gonna stain it. Just gonna hit it with some dark walnut and go all the way around, and then guys, we're moving on to the next thing. We're getting pretty close to wrapping this thing up. I think today and tomorrow, and this whole blind is gonna be complete. Alright, so we got the shelves all put up. We threw up 4 of them, and guys, I swear I ordered a 48-inch, but what came is not that. It might have just been a mess up on my part, but you know, we got 4 of them. I kind of staggered them so we each have something to put, you know, on the shelves where we're sitting, and then one on each of the windows just for whatever. Hideaway was nice enough to send us out 2 brand new swivel hunting chairs, and we actually used the same chairs last year, but when that blind took a hard fall, it kind of damaged them pretty bad. Because we've gone this far with the blind, why not get 2 brand new ones? Last year we had the camo pattern, and then this year I'm pretty sure we have the black. Let's go ahead and install these chairs, see what we're rocking with, and let's get them in the blind. I'm so happy with these. Who's thanks again to Tyree for sending these out. There's just a lot of things I love about these chairs. One, they're pretty light. They have a strap on your back so you can kind of carry them wherever you want. We'll be using these this year for dub. On the legs, there's 3 different settings, so you can literally adjust it how you want. I always like to try to put mine as high as I possibly can. Swivels quietly, which is a biggie for me. Guys, go to the website, check them out. This is just one of their products. They have a ton you can pick through. We'll be rocking a new rangefinder this year. We have some new waders coming out that we're going to be using for duck hunting. There's just a lot of things that come with Tideway, but I wanted to have them in a blind this year because we used them all last year and they were absolutely perfect. So Guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and load up these chairs and let's throw them in the blind. I'm just sitting here smiling because it is starting to come together. We're at, like I said, guys, our last final touches here and there. Tomorrow, I think we have 2 or 3 more companies that we are throwing up here in this blind, and then guys, we are letting it rest. I've been disturbing the hell out of this place, getting everything set up. It just feels good to know that part 2 is about to be released to you guys, and she's starting to come together. And the chairs are looking good. They are set in stone. We are going to be sitting right here, guys, just having this beautiful view of this whole entire property, man. I literally cannot wait. All right, guys, last and final day with doing stuff with the blind. And when I say that, what we're gonna do in this video and like kind of wrap things up, that's just like getting everything started. There's still, and we'll mention it once we go up there, there's still a couple things that I plan to do for the blind, guys, like a lot more actually. But I have so much time invested into this video and this project, I just want to get this one out to you guys. We have 2 more companies we're gonna throw in the blind, and the first one is Vitamin. This right here is a portable power station. You guys have seen me use these in the past. I absolutely love power stations just because, for examples like this, I don't have any power out here, guys. I mean, even to put paint on the blind this year for the sprayer, that was with a power station. So right here we have the Flash Speed 1500, and there's a lot of cool features on this power station. So let's go ahead and pop her out the box and let me show you guys what we're working with. Now I will say the one that I've been using, it is a bigger system and it's a lot heavier than this, and I wanted one to be, you know, big enough so we have obviously a good amount of power inside the blind, but also light enough that I can kind of like move it around and stuff. And the solar panels have not arrived for this station yet, but that's why I really wanted to have this in the blind and it'd be solar powered, because, you know, if it does die, I'm able to, you know, just bring it out the blind, put it in the sun, charge it for a little bit, throw it back up. So that way we consistently have power in the blind. We have everything we're gonna need for this power station. We have AC, we have DC, we have 4 USB ports so that I can charge like iPhones and whatnot. We have 3 110 outlets. We have 2 USB outputs. We even have a jumper cable hookup. And on the back of this power station, we have an LED light that's got 3 different modes for it, so that is gonna be extremely handy. There's a couple things I wanna try to power this year, like possibly a coffee maker. It sounds crazy, and maybe a toaster. Guys, I plan to be living in this thing during deer season. Possibly an electric heater, and I don't really have a stand to put this thing on yet, but we are gonna walk over here, throw it in the blind and get it set up, show you guys some of the features, and then we're rolling on to the second thing. All right, guys, so we got her up here. Like I said, I would like to build another little shelf that we can kind of have this on. This is just kind of be placed, you know, wherever it's needed to be. Like I said, it's very light to move around, but yeah, we have a 100% battery right here. On top of it, we have like our solar panel cord and like an actual charger for it, so that's nice that we have that just to kind of keep in here and store. But I am super excited to, you know, get this thing in action. I wish I had something really up here to power with it right now, but I did test it at the house and it works absolutely amazing. And my mistake, guys, is actually 5 different modes on this. So that's the first one, second, third, fourth, 5th, and then off. Guys, once again, huge shout out to Vitamin for sending this out to us. It is going to be a lifesaver having that in the blind, just to, you know, use it forever we want. Something that could be ran on solar panels is just going to be a huge help for us this year, and that's why I'm super excited for the next company, guys. So let's run back to the truck and let's grab her. So the last and final company we're going to be installing in our blind is Monarch Hunting Products. I saw these a couple months ago on the market, and by far, like, guys, no company is doing this. Like, it stood out to me so much. This right here is a 12-volt solar panel charging system that you can mount literally anywhere in the blind. It's got a 12-volt 3-gang switch panel, USB chargers, a voltmeter, LED lighting. Yeah, I got a bigger unit in the blinds, you know, power, obviously some more things, but guys, last year I literally lived in our rut hut. I mean, the time I spent in there going after these deer and trying to figure out their schedule, you know, it took a lot of hours. So keeping the phone charged was an issue, and I was absolutely cooking inside the blind last year. During early season, you know, yeah, it's a little colder in the morning, but all day sits, you start heating up in this blind. So we have the fan to hook up to this system too. Everything is 12 volt. It is a very unique product to have in the blind to rock and roll throughout the whole entire year. And guys, like I said, when I saw this product on the market, reached out to the company, and customer service was absolutely amazing. I'm almost positive that same exact day they sent one out to me. Fell in love with the company for who they are and what they're trying to do for the industry. And on top of the panel itself, they have feeders, they have blinds, they have chairs. I mean, they just have a lot to offer to the average hunter. And compared to a lot of products on the market, this stuff is priced very, very reasonably, and I am super excited, guys, to get this stuff installed in the blind. Only thing that's probably gonna bite me in the butt is that it does come too with LED strips. Everything, I'll show you guys how everything works, but now looking at the blind, I kind of covered up all of my wood. So how I'm gonna mount these lights, we're gonna try to figure that out. If not, we'll just keep them handy in the blind for whenever we kind of do stage 2. But guys, huge thanks to Monarch for sending out these products. Let's go ahead and get them installed. All right, so what I'm thinking, I want this box front and center. I want it right here in between. And while we were framing the windows, I knew we were gonna have some good studs right here. Truly thinking something like that. So I got a long drill bit. I'm gonna drill straight through. We'll go outside and then hook the solar panel up, run the wire through here, connect it to the box, and then we're ready to rock and roll to hook up this fan. Alright y'all, that's what we're looking like. Let's go ahead and turn her on. We have power. That's our lights. Fan is rocking and rolling. I just want to say a couple things before we finally wrap up the blind video. One being, thank you guys for sticking around and watching this series. I just had an idea to do this and I honestly didn't realize how much time. Look at these doves flying around. It's just, they get so sidetracked. The other day, my buddy Carson in here, he came in and actually cut the trail to our blind, and then I said, while you're at it with the brush hog, man, hit a trail down these sunflowers and start getting some stuff rolling. And since we've done that, not even just mornings, it's throughout the whole entire day. These power lines are absolutely loaded down. There's literally some flying in front of my face right now. Yeah, I really didn't think it was gonna take me this long to do this kind of stuff, guys, but it's a big building. I can just take a deep breath and know that I did everything the way that I wanted to. I didn't try to rush anything. I didn't cut corners. And you know, and the results show, in my opinion, that is one sick blind. I'm so excited to be sitting here opening morning. Sometimes I just sit in here just to sit, guys. I've scouted these fields more than I can say. I just enjoy being up there, but I cannot wait until opening day to be out here and just, you know, enjoy what we've worked hard on. With saying that, huge thanks to all of the companies who pitched in and sent out these products and helped us, you know, complete the blind the way I envisioned it in my head. Every single one of these companies has a purpose and it is going to pay off come season, and I'm going to leave all of these companies in the description down below so you guys can go check out these products for yourself. And I think there will be some segments here and there that we're still adding stuff to it, guys. Like, I want to put some camping cots in there. You know, I want to get some more shelves. I want to get stuff set up to where as soon as we walk in, I'm good for a week and I don't have to leave. Ladders, tools, everything is packed up, and we are going to let this blind rest. I really appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.